Just a short distance, but we have to cross by a ferry because the villagers will not allow a bridge over here.
Well, did you know that the river Mandovi has 5 islands? Well, most of us didn't. Neither did we. Because the Goa Darshan doesn't take us to these places. Today we are very lucky that we are going to visit one of these islands. There are totally 5 of them. They are Sherau, Kumbarjua, Diwar, St Estevam and Wangzam. We have some work at St Estevam and that's why we are going there. Well, there are 2 routes to go to this island. One is by the ferry and other is by road directly, which goes over a bridge. To reach the island, we will go by the ferry. Well, it's the first time that our Tata Nano will be on a ferry and crossing a river. We are driving on the beautiful roads of Goa, vintage Goa, old Goa. We are in and we see some beautiful churches on the way. There's so many churches. Every kilometer we see a church. And there's Say Cathedral. We go by it. On the opposite side, of course, is the Bom Jesus Church. Well, the road going to the left goes to the Diwar ferry wharf, but we are not going to the Diwar island. And we check for the road going to the Dauji ferry wharf, and there we are on it. Beautiful, lush green, a different side of Goa altogether. Even before we reach the island, the total distance from Panjim to St Estevam Island is 35 kilometers if we go by the ferry, and if we go by the road over the bridge, it would take almost 45 kilometers. There we see in the distance the river. There's the ferry waiting for us, and we seem to be the lone car going into this ferry. Well, there we go, the Nano inside the ferry for the first time. And then on the other side we see the end of the river where we need to go to cross the river. Well, Nano looks very small for the ferry. I'm sure another 5 or 6 such cars would easily fit on it.
So, crossing in a ferry in a Goa.
Ferry? What an experience!
Good experience.
It reminds me of the olden days when even buses used to be ferried across the river Mandovi, when the bridge was not in existence at Panjim. Those were the days when we used to visit Goa and come here by bus. Very lucky to come by car this time, for the first time, and enjoying the experience we had of almost 30 years ago when we used to come here by bus. That's a ride on the river Mandovi with our dear Tata Nano car on the ferry. A very short ride, and that's our friend and Sedan talking to her, going on a very special visit on this island. Well, here comes the Nano out of the ferry and onto the island. And now we are driving on the island St Estevam. Lush green again, very narrow road. Lot of bushes on either side. Few houses scattered here and there. Lot of coconut trees. Well, this island gets its name from St Stephen. In Portuguese, it is called Santo Estevão. Well, this name Stephen seems to be called in so many different ways. There is Stephen, there is Stephen, there is Stefan, and Estevão. Well, this island was known for its vegetation and agriculture, particularly growth of vegetables, and the most important among them being ladyfingers, the seven-ridged vegetable called bhendi. In fact, the people of this island were called bhendikers. In the distance, we can see the church of St Estevam right on top of the hill. In fact, there is a fort over there called St Xavier's Fort, and also the statue of Christ the King. You have to climb quite a few steps to reach there, but once you reach there, what a beautiful view we get of Goa. Well, the people here are known to marry within the village. The village being quite isolated and cut off from the rest of the state. In fact, the people prefer the life they live over here and the people that stay there. They refuse to allow the island to be developed. Many of projects were being planned by corporates for tourism, but the people have rose in protests against that. They have also protested for more bridges being built from the mainland to the island because they want to maintain the heritage and culture of this place. The church was built in 1575. It's almost 450 years ago. But it was destroyed in the battle with the Marathas on 2 occasions, and each time the villagers came together and built it. The present church we see today is built in 1759, almost 200 years after it was first built. It looks like Saint Stephen, who died a martyr, has blessed this island, its people, and the village. The villagers are well off economically. After they have given up the agriculture and vegetation, we find most of them employed on ships and cruise liners. One person in every household is on the ships. There are a couple of banks, post office, and restaurants on this island. 80% of the villagers over here are Catholics. It is said that some 40 years ago, the population of Goa was having 48% Christians, and today it is just 26%. This one single road going through the island will ultimately take us to a bridge where we cross over and get out of the island. There is a bus service to this island from Panjim. There are buses running every 15 minutes. Some beautiful bungalows seen on the way. Even fishing was carried out by the people. All they had to do was tie their nets, and with the tidal waters, the fish would be caught very easily. Well, this is our destination. Well, this is the house we wanted to visit on St Estevam Island. And once our mission is completed, we leave the place. This is the community center of the village. It's no wonder there's so much natural beauty here, and the people don't allow the development because that would destroy the natural beauty of this place. The feast of St Stephen is celebrated by the villagers on December 26th. We see some shops on the island, and now we turn towards the bridge which would take us out of the island. Really very remote, quiet and silent part of Goa. If somebody wants to enjoy here, it's really the place to come and enjoy. Here we see the part of the river, and so we are now just crossing over that river on this bridge and coming over to the mainland Goa. This road will take us via the village Marcel and then on to Old Goa, which is our next destination where we are living. Well, viewers, we hope you have enjoyed this trip to the island of St Estevam. A really beautiful place. If you have liked it, please press the like button. And if you have not already subscribed to Donseye channel, please do so that you will get a stream of videos which will keep on sending you on different places we visit and give you our view and our experiences, the Donseye experience